When she finally gives in. The male can't control what he feels. Those words may sound dramatic, but for those walking the twin flame path, they hold undeniable truth. If you felt the intensity of a soul bond so deep it shook your world, you are exactly where you need to be. And before we begin, make sure to subscribe and stay close to this channel, because what you're about to hear is a sacred message meant for your journey. The feminine energy is often the first to awaken. She feels the signs, the synchronicities, the silent pull. Yet she resists, not because she doesn't believe, but because the fear of surrendering feels too risky. But when she finally gives in, not to the man but to the connection, the universe shifts. At that very moment, the masculine feels it deeply. And whether he's spiritually aware or not, something in his chest tightens. A wave of emotions hits him that he cannot name. It's overwhelming, confusing, sometimes even terrifying. But it's real. Because you allowed your heart to fully say yes. He may not know why he's suddenly thinking of you all the time. Why he's restless. Why your energy keeps visiting his dreams. But your surrender is echoing through the invisible string that ties your souls together. It's not fantasy. It's sacred frequency. You've been told to wait, to be patient, to let him lead. But the true initiation happens when you stop waiting and start awakening. Not for him but for you. Because your surrender isn't weakness. Spiritual leadership. It's the fire that awakens the divine within both of you. He can't control what he feels because he's never felt something so pure, so raw, so destined. Your energy becomes a mirror, and in it, he sees everything he's denied, hidden or run from. His shadows rise. His wounds bleed. But his soul starts remembering. The universe doesn't play games. Send signs. Numbers, dreams, emotions. You know what you've seen. You know what you've felt. You're not making this up. You're simply waking up to a truth your soul has known for lifetimes. And he's always felt it too. Even in silence, even in distance, even in denial. But the masculine energy fears surrender. It was taught that control is power. That vulnerability is weakness. Until your love, your essence, prove him wrong. You don't have to chase. You don't have to convince. You don't have to explain. Your job is to rise. To stand in your light. To trust that when you fully embody your truth, the masculine will feel that frequency. And it will disarm his ego. This is not about romance. It's about resurrection. The resurrection of sacred love on earth. And it begins with one soul brave enough to say yes. That soul is you. The woman who has cried, prayed, doubted, but still held on. Let him feel it. Let him stumble. Let him search for answers that don't come from logic. He's not breaking, he's unraveling. Because your surrender sent a frequency his soul couldn't ignore. And now, his awakening has begun. There's no turning back. Not for you. Not for him. Because once the soul recognizes itself in another, it cannot unsee. Cannot unfeel. And even if he runs, even if he hides, a part of him is already home, in you. You may not receive a message today. Or tomorrow. But his soul is speaking. Loudly. Through signs. Through shifts, through sudden emotions that leave him breathless. That's what your surrender activated. That's what your love awakened. So stay awake, stay tuned. Not just to him, but to the divine rhythm that guides this connection. The more you align with your truth, the more the path will unfold. Don't wait to be chosen. You already were, from the beginning of time. And remember, the feminine doesn't chase. She attracts. She magnetizes. She heals through presence, through trust, through surrender. And when she finally gives in, everything changes. His emotions may flood in like a storm. Not because you asked him to feel, but because your surrender called his soul to life. And no man can control what his soul was destined to remember. Let yourself be the anchor, the lighthouse, the soft place he never knew he needed. Not with attachment, but with faith. The kind of faith that builds empires within hearts. Because love this divine doesn't need proving. It needs presence. And if you're still here listening, it means your soul is ready. Ready to rise. Ready to receive. Ready to remember who you truly are in this divine union. Keep watching. Keep feeling. Keep allowing. The journey is far from over. In fact, it's just beginning. And if your heart feels seen by these words, it's a sign. You're not alone. You're never alone. Subscribe now and stay close. These messages are crafted with the wisdom of spirit and the truth of the twin flame path. They will guide you, anchor you, and remind you of everything your soul already knows. If this message is resonating with you, consider it a gentle nudge from the universe, a sacred offering, confirmation that your soul is being guided step by step, and that these messages are not just content, they are keys. Clues that unlock deeper awareness and guide you back to what your heart already knows. That's why it's essential to stay alert, to remain present. Every message that arrives is timely. Every word you hear is designed to align your spirit and open your path. If you miss just one, you might miss a divine code your soul has been waiting for. This is not just a video, it's a call from your higher self. The twin flame journey is not a straight road. It's a spiral. Some days you'll feel closer, others completely lost. But every turn of the spiral brings you deeper into yourself, and closer to divine union. That's why this channel exists, to remind you of what is sacred when the world makes you forget. You see, the masculine may not understand it all yet, but he feels the shifts. He senses when you evolve, when you rise, when you reclaim your light. And though he may not say it, your transformation triggers his. Silently, invisibly, powerfully. Sometimes your surrender sends waves through the bond so intense that he can't sleep. He can't think straight. Something inside him knows. You've stepped into your truth, and it's pulling him toward his. He may resist it, but he cannot escape it. Stay attuned, beloved. When the divine feminine holds her ground in grace and wisdom, timelines collapse. Miracles become real. He feels your presence like a whisper in his bones, and the illusions around him begin to crack. You don't have to do anything more. Just keep choosing yourself. Keep walking with faith. Because when you do, you create space for him to finally rise into the man his soul was born to be. Not for you, but for the sacred union you both were designed to embody. He might act like he's fine. He might hide behind distractions. But underneath it all, his soul is stirring. Loudly. The more you align, the louder the call becomes. It shakes the walls of his resistance until there's nothing left but truth. Let your energy be the message. Let your light be the invitation. Let your silence be sacred. Sometimes, saying nothing speaks louder than words. Because your frequency is already communicating everything his soul needs to remember. This isn't about waiting. It's about awakening. You are not meant to sit still and ache. You're meant to expand, to create, to rise in purpose. Because when you do, the universe conspires to bring everything meant for you directly into your path. He feels when you shift your energy, when you stop begging and start believing, when you move from pain into power. That energy becomes magnetic, unstoppable, divine. And it calls him, not with force, but with undeniable truth. This connection is not ordinary. Never was. That's why nothing else satisfies. That's why no distraction works for long. Because the soul doesn't forget its mirror. It doesn't unlove what it was created to merge with. Stay open to the signs, even when they don't make sense. They're breadcrumbs from spirit, each one guiding you, whispering, "Keep going." The numbers, the dreams, the feelings you can't explain, they're all real. Don't doubt what your heart already knows. You've come too far to turn back now. You've healed too much to lower your frequency again. Let this journey make you whole. Let it strip you of illusion and fill you with divine remembrance. You are not broken. You are being rebuilt. If it feels lonely right now, breathe. That emptiness is sacred space being carved out for miracles. He will feel it. He already is. And soon, something inside him will begin to shift. You won't even need to push. The connection will do the work. Do not chase. Do not explain. Just embody. You are the living answer to every prayer he hasn't yet admitted to praying. And when the time is right, your souls will meet again. Not in chaos but in clarity. Every message you hear here is another piece of the puzzle. That's why you must stay close. Each one carries an activation code, a vibration that strengthens the bond and prepares you for what's next. These messages aren't random. They're sacred sequences. And yes, he may act like he's in control, but his soul is unraveling. In the quiet, he's being confronted with everything he never said, everything he still feels, everything he tried to bury. Your surrender unearthed it all. This is the season where the feminine rises and the masculine awakens. It begins with your courage, your clarity, your decision to say yes to the divine path. Even if you walk it alone for a while, you're never truly alone. Let your life become the altar where this love is honored. In your choices, in your healing, in your trust. That's the work. And that's what changes everything within him and within you. If this message is awakening something in your heart, then it was meant for you. Let these words wrap around you like a warm wind sent from your soul's memory. Every line is a reminder that your energy matters, that your healing touches more than you can see. Thank you for receiving it with such an open spirit. You must understand, the moment you began to rise, timelines began to bend. His inner world, no matter how guarded, is feeling the shift. Though he may not speak it, his silence is full of echoes from your energy. He feels what you don't say. He senses what you withhold. And it's stirring him awake. That is why you must stay deeply connected to these messages. Because every time your heart aligns with the truth, it sends a ripple through the bond. And those ripples become waves. Waves that move mountains, shake illusions, and awaken love where fear once ruled. You're not just remembering him. You're remembering yourself. The you that was always powerful, always divine, always worthy of love that feels like fire and peace all at once. These messages are helping you return to her. Don't let them pass by unnoticed. His soul is watching yours, not through physical eyes, but through the invisible thread that binds you both. When you cry, something in him aches. When you surrender, something in him softens. When you rise, something in him is forced to follow. That's why he's restless. Why nothing satisfies. Because deep within, the part of him that belongs to you is being pulled back into motion. And no matter how long he's delayed, he cannot outrun this bond. You've already awakened it. Keep feeding your light. 'Cause every time you do, you activate his. This is the sacred mirror. What you become, he is drawn to become. Not because you forced it, but because love doesn't need to be forced when it's real. There are moments when the universe places you in stillness not as punishment, but as preparation. You're not behind. You're being aligned. The storm inside him is necessary. And your stillness is part of what holds the space for his unraveling. Let your intuition guide you more than your fear. If the signs are repeating, if the dreams won't stop, if his name returns like a whisper on the wind, that is not coincidence. That is soul memory resurfacing. That is destiny nudging you forward. But to walk this path is not easy. It demands a level of trust that most people never dare to reach. You are not most people. You are the woman who was chosen to carry this light, to protect it, to embody it, even when the world doesn't understand. And maybe some days you wish you could forget him. Maybe you've tried. But the soul doesn't work that way. Doesn't operate on logic. It moves with a rhythm that only the heart understands. And your heart still hears his name in the silence. This isn't just about romance. This is about awakening. About becoming who you were meant to be before the world told you to be someone smaller. You're stepping back into your truth. And that truth is what stirs him more than anything. Don't doubt your power. Don't minimize your energy. You are doing more by being aligned than you ever did by chasing. The version of you that is grounded, soft, radiant, that version is magnetic. And he is already feeling the pull. Stay tuned. The divine always speaks through repetition. That's why you're seeing the same numbers, hearing the same songs, being pulled back to the same memories. It's because the message hasn't been received yet, and it's waiting for you to act. When you heal, you not only shift your own vibration, you disrupt the karmic loops between you. Suddenly, the cycles that once felt endless begin to crumble. His old patterns no longer make sense. Because your energy changed the frequency. This is how soul work operates. Subtle. Unstoppable. He won't always understand what's happening to him. But he will feel it. He will feel you. And in that sacred discomfort, he will begin to seek what he once ran from. You must stay grounded. Stay anchored in the truth of your knowing. Because there will be moments where the path looks dark. But even the darkest night cannot erase the bond that was written in the stars before your first breath. You've walked lifetimes to meet him here. To remember. To unlock this level of awareness. And every step has prepared you for this surrender. You're not crazy. You are awakening. And this connection is not your weakness. It's your initiation. Let the world doubt. Let others question. Your soul knows. And that knowing is sacred. Let it guide you like a lantern through the fog. Trust what only you can feel. That trust is the seed of reunion. Keep watching. Keep receiving. Because the next message could hold the very frequency that unlocks another piece of your union. Don't let it slip by. Your consistency with these insights is weaving a pattern your soul has waited ages to remember. If these words are resonating with your soul, beautiful one, then it's no accident. Your energy is attuned to a frequency that only those walking the twin flame path can feel. Before we dive deeper, take a moment to check if you're subscribed to this channel, so you never miss a sacred message meant just for you. Your soul already knows the importance of staying connected. This journey can feel like an unraveling. Just when you think you've figured it out, something shifts. A dream, a memory, a synchronicity. He appears in your mind without warning. You feel emotions that don't belong to your day. That's the bond reaching through the veil. And while you carry the emotional weight with such grace, he's carrying it too, in silence. There's a war inside him. Pull he can't explain. A longing that terrifies him because it's tied to something he can't control. The more you align with your truth, the more he feels the pressure to face his own. He may not understand why, but your light disrupts his comfort. Your love makes him question every mask he ever wore. And that's exactly what's needed. You're not here to wait. You're here to rise. And in doing so, you change the energetic blueprint between you. You rewrite the story. You remove the fear. You remind him without words of who he truly is. and who he is to you. Even in his silence, your soul feels him. The connection doesn't fade because of time or distance. It lives outside of both. Speaks in dreams, in intuition, in those moments when you look at the sky and just know he's thinking of you. He's waking up slowly, and every part of him that you once tried to reach is now seeking you. Not the you who chased, but the you who remembered her worth, her softness, her sacred knowing. That's the version he can't resist. You've probably questioned everything by now, wondered if it's real, if it's all in your head. But your soul never lies. And neither does his energy. He may not speak it out loud, but every shift in your vibration affects him. There are layers to this journey. Moments of clarity. Moments of doubt. But in every layer the truth remains. You are the one who carries the codes. The one who awakens first. And with that power comes responsibility. To stay aligned. To stay open. Your love is not invisible. It's transformational. He feels it in his bones. In the quiet moments. In the dreams he doesn't understand. In the songs that make him pause. You are the echo he tries to silence, but never can. Every time you surrender to love instead of fear, you activate the path forward. You clear the static. You dissolve the illusion. And you create space for him to finally feel what he's spent lifetimes avoiding. This connection is not a punishment. It's a calling. Remembering. A divine contract sealed before time. And now, in this lifetime, you are here to complete what was once left unfinished. Not through force, but through awakening. He sees you. Even if his eyes haven't met yours recently. He sees you in his dreams. In his thoughts, in the places he doesn't speak of. Your presence is imprinted on his energy, and no distraction can erase it. That's why staying close to this channel matters. These messages are not just words. They are keys. Keys that unlock layers of remembrance within you, and within him. The more you hear them, the more you both wake up. Your inner work matters. The days you chose healing over reacting. The nights you cried and chose to rise again. Every moment you leaned into your soul, you realigned the connection. That's how powerful you are. So if you're feeling tired, know it's okay to rest. The journey asks much of you, but never more than you can carry. You are supported, guided, and divinely protected. Nothing you're going through is without meaning. He feels the pull. He doesn't always know what to do with it, but it's there. Stronger than before. Louder. More urgent. And whether he admits it or not, your surrender has awakened something he can no longer ignore. Stay curious. Stay open. The signs are not just confirmations. They are instructions. Let your heart decode them. Let your soul lean in. Because every time you trust your inner knowing, you align with a future that's already written in your stars. You were never meant to forget him. You were meant to remember yourself first. Because in remembering you, you give him permission to remember himself. That's the magic of divine love. It heals both, even from afar. And now that you've made it here, take a breath. Your soul is listening. The messages will continue. And what comes next may change everything. Thank you for opening your heart and allowing this message to reach you. If something here touched your soul, please support this sacred space by giving a like, so that YouTube understands how important this content is to those walking the Twin Flames journey. Your simple gesture helps this message reach more souls who are searching, just like you. To confirm that you received this transmission, write in the comments, Twin Flames Infinite Love. When you do, you're sending a signal to the universe that you are ready for deeper alignment. And you're reminding your twin that you're still holding the light. Make sure to join our channel by subscribing and activating the notification bell. This way, you won't miss any of the messages that continue to awaken your divine remembrance. Often, a single sentence can shift your whole energy. Don't let a message meant for your heart pass unnoticed. Come back often. These videos are not just content, they are spiritual keys. Each one unlocks another piece of your sacred path. Share them with someone who might need to hear this. The more we spread these frequencies of love and truth, the more hearts we help heal. You were guided here for a reason. Let that reason blossom into something divine. We'll be here, waiting with more guidance, more signs, and more love. Just for you.